Right, these are the body postural correction exercises, and they also help to soften off the entire muscle structure around the skeleton and center line, and give you a sense of being rooted, centered, balanced, connected to the ground, and teach us about expansion, contraction, and containing our movement, keeping it core centered basically, rather than overextending a movement, which results in the structure escaping from the center and the movement plucking up the root. The first of these movements is pretty simple. To get the essence of this, I'll show it sideways. We like to keep the spinal column upright, which follows up on a previous tutorial we posted. Here the spine is moving up and down. The movement is not triggered by the groups of muscles around the knees or the buttocks. Instead, you're catching the movement sort of inside the belly and pushing it through into the feet, almost as if it's a hydraulic action. And with that, the arms are just gradually gaining a little bit of momentum as you go along, and the wrists, elbows, and shoulders are completely relaxed. This allows the whole structure to soften off around the spinal column. It brings the body vertical, keeps the shoulders loose, keeps the body relaxed. It helps us to transfer force through the whole system in a very proper manner that is free of tension. So the starter practice of this, if you practice this once for an hour or so just to get some depth in it, you only need to basically do 5 or 15 minutes of this one. The wrists are loose, the head is upright, the whole body is basically soft, the hips are soft, the ankles, knees, elbows, shoulders, back, chest, stomach, buttocks, everything is relaxed. What happens during this time is that your skeleton is going to find its natural plumb. So again, from the side, we're up and down here. Right, the next exercise is the same movement up and down here, except we're closing and opening our arms without lifting the shoulders and plucking the arms. This will give you a sense of being jacked up if you do it like that, because you're energizing the muscle structure outside the skeleton, and you'll walk around like a bodybuilder feeling that you've achieved something. But for Tai Chi purposes, this is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for here is that movement to kick up from the ground so that it can explode through the whole body when we practice Fa Jing, or explosive power, without altering the structure of the body. Done incorrectly from the muscle structure results in pulling the body away from the center, which is a condition common in today's basic everyday movements, be it bending over to pick something up off a table, standing out of a chair, getting out of a car or a bus. We generally don't move correctly. These movements will help you to find naturalness in your movements, keep them well connected. So this movement from the side is up, hands up, but the shoulders are soft. Down, they relax, up and down, away we go. We don't let the knees go over the toes. We're keeping the line of the knee just behind the line of the toe. The hip stays behind that. The spine falls into this. The chest is upright, but the shoulders are soft. They're never lifted, and we don't throw up the chin or drop the head or the spine. The following exercise is to learn to return force and find the center. So one hand is coming back, one is going forward, and it's relaxing the lower spine. It's almost as if you're walking. You can do it a bit briskly. You can do it slowly. We're going here like this. So essentially in Tai Chi we work with what we call jins, or energies. One of them is returning force. Something's coming our way, and we are using the body to catch that movement and return it. It's not done like this, where I catch it like this and my body staggers and then I try to push it back off over there, which can sometimes be seen in some martial arts where a block goes down, comes back, then a movement forward. That's a structural training exercise, a coordination drill. In Tai Chi, it's moving here. Movement coming in, returning there. All the styles use the same principles, they just change the picture on the outside. So from here again, we're up and down like this. Moving the hand forward and backwards, feeling the weight of the arm, open up the joints, keeping the head upright, chin nice and natural, and everything relaxed. The next one, keeping the center line upright, hips facing forward, face facing forward. The whole body is turning around the vertical axis, face is forward, the hips are forward, but they're elastic, they're not rigid, and we're not doing this. Otherwise you're going to start to compact the movement into the back and tighten the muscle structure and stiffen the fascia. Here the movements are very, very relaxed and revolve around the central axis of the body, keeping the legs loose. As we develop this, we learn to shift weight from side to side here like this, and we're just going across, turning in, turning out, keeping the movement fluid and flexible, extending all the way through the elbows, through the wrists, through the knuckles, through the fingertips. The hands are not loose, we're not dropping the elbow, but we're not lifting the elbow, and we're not keeping the hands tight either, otherwise you're going to be doing this kind of thing, and your hands will be like spades, and as you do that, the momentum and weight of the arm is going to pull your structure off the floor. Here we'd like to have these movements here as a foundation for many different forms or shapes that you make in Tai Chi practice to keep it centered, settled and connected to the ground. Right, that's it for this morning. We'll bring the second set to you tomorrow. Did it work, Luke? The next exercise in this set, which I forgot to include in that clip, I'll edit it together, is this movement coming up, across, down, up. Again, this region of the body is rising, opening, sitting down, closing, and there's a slight turn where the center of the body is facing 5 to 10 degrees off to left and right. So when my left hand's coming up, the body's going to the right, and from the side to see the curves we're going up, 1, 2, here, 1, and the hands are following a smooth line up and down. The profile on the hands is really important, as the line from the elbow through the wrist to the tip of the big finger here has to be straight. From the top it's straight. The fingers are open slightly, and the thumb is slightly closed, with this joint moving inward slightly to push that one out, so this part of the thumb will open up. Is really important how you hold your hands in Tai Chi. You can't just be loose hands. Just pick up. This hand opening here is vital. So when we're doing these movements coming up here, if you're just doing this like this, it's a good enough exercise to loosen the body, and it's a preliminary stage for this one, but you run the danger of articulating the movement around the shoulder joint purely as a muscular exercise. Here with the fingers extended, your mind, chi, and the movement and energy is going all the way to the end of the hand, all the way to the end of the hand. So it can be seen that Tai Chi, you always remember, is a martial art, and that the hands in this martial art are used as weapons. 1, 2, open. You get nice big sweeping movements, silk reeling, and everything else develops off this core movement. So from here, you're up here, 1, 2. The advantage you have from a health perspective on this is it's drawing out the tendons. It's pulling the tendons, it's pulling the nerves, it's stretching out the veins and capillaries, it's drawing the bones out in a beautiful manner. So it's setting the skeleton. The movements are going away from the center of the body. If you projected your mind onto the mass, my feet start to come up over here. Will we come around for a second into the camera? So if my feet are like this, theoretically I should fall forward if you pull me. So I'll do this and I'll fall forward pretty easy. So now I'm going to center my weight and extend my hand, pull me, and he's uprooting himself here. And my feet are together. So any physicist will tell you structurally I should fall over like that. If I tighten myself up, I will. So from here there's relaxation, and immediately returns as force. So the applications and dynamics, if you grab my wrists, both my wrists, the first exercise we're doing is this one, and here, up and down, just there and relax. That was the first one, right? The second one is if you grab me over here, I'm doing this. Just there, 1/2, bang, and returning the force that way. The third one that we did today is you have your hands on my biceps, on both of them, and then I'm going there. I'm catching the force, I'm taking it in here, and it's going out over there like that, or we just catch him over here. You need to get a bit closer for that. And as the force is coming in, just a little movement, which is that movement over there. So we're here, maybe we're losing the camera, and then back here. Then the next one of chopping up and down like this would be from over here. Just that movement. Right, thank you very much for your cooperation and appearing in our crazy Tai Chi internet TV show. You could call it something like that.